back, everyone. Vineyards can make an enchanting background for any wedding. So today, Ken is teaming up with the owner of the Wilderotter Vineyard and Grand Reserve Inn, Ms. Maggie Wilderotter, to create this beautiful tablescape that you will all see. Welcome, Maggie.
Welcome, Maggie.
It's so great to be here.
We're
and to
so
be
excited
back.
to have you. I know, but last time you were here was about 3 years ago. You were here in a very different capacity. You were here as the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. And today you are here as the CEO of your very own Vineyard and Grand Reserve Inn.
I vote for the latter. I think
Me
that was a good
too.
change.
I think now it's Fortune 1.
That's exactly right. Tell us about the Wilderotter Grand Reserve Inn and the Vineyard.
Well, you know, I'm very blessed. This is a family affair, and I know we know Ken has a family affair too with wineries and vineyards.
Oh, they're very similar.
Yes.
Very similar, yeah.
Not at all.
But my husband and I bought some land in Northern California in the oldest grape growing region in California 33 years ago.
Oh my goodness, you got in early.
Yes, and so he's been growing grapes and making award-winning wine since.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I decided a couple years ago, after retiring from running a Fortune 500, to build a gorgeous inn on the property.
Oh.
And
What a dream come true.
Yes, it's gorgeous, and it's 5 suites. It's 9,000 square feet, comfortable
9,000
luxury.
square feet.
Yes.
Look at
And it's a
that.
whole family affair, right? It's like you've got everybody involved.
Yes, absolutely. Our 2 sons are involved with the winery and the vineyard and the inn as well. And my daughter-in-law, Rosie, she's our social media person.
Oh, how fabulous. And you have so many events there. You have dinners, you have weddings, and people just come to come.
And my other daughter-in-law is a wedding planner. So it all works.
Oh,
How did you convince your
works.
sons to marry just the right women? That's the real question.
You know, the point is I interviewed a lot of people running a big company, so we had to make sure we had the right spouses. But they're both terrific.
She knows how to make it work. But like you said, Ken knows a thing or two about vineyards and about ranches because he actually had his own wedding on his ranch in Northern California, which is very similar to your wonderful.
Very, very similar, except we have no water. We actually take a bucket to flush our toilets from the pond. Yeah, so it's very similar. Very similar.
But truthfully,
no worries, Ken. You can come to my place. We have water.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
flushing
it's an hour
toilets.
away. I'm there.
But the truth is, it is absolutely stunning. The landscape is similar in the fact that it's gorgeous outdoors.
And I want people to understand, to me, and I think to you too, Maggie, you know, vineyard sounds very fancy and highfalutin, but it's all very American. It's basically, it's agriculture.
It is.
It's the farm, whether you're growing soybeans or wine grapes. And I think having, whether it's weddings or dinners there, it's really about reconnecting to
With
the
nature.
soil,
It's
to nature,
true.
and to our roots as a farming culture. So when you set up a sort of, whether it's a wedding, rehearsal dinner, or just sort of fabulous, you know, anniversary dinner, you want to keep a few things in mind when doing it. So I have our table here, and first of all, you want to start with the foundation. You don't want a big glitzy table. Old rustic farmhouse table, something that's really sort of like of the earth. Bring in some of the greenery. You don't have to overdo it.
Elements of the surroundings.
The surrounding is really the star here. Here we used a lavender garland, mixed in some grapevines.
So pretty.
And we grow lavender and rosemary all around
over the
vineyard
property.
and
They go
the inn.
hand
So you
in
just
hand.
bring them all onto the table.
So
Right, yeah,
lovely.
just rough cut, lay them down. And then for the place setting, kept the place setting very simple. White dishes on a raffia placemat. You want to bring in a few elements that say winery. So here I made these cork napkin rings. Go to our Facebook page and I'll show you the details on how we made them. And then I also got one of the Wilderotter wine bottles, filled it with sand, and just pierced the top cork with a little bit of baling wire and make your table number.
That is so.
But you want to have just enough elements to remind people where they are and the beautiful environment.
Something about the simplicity makes it elegant.
Right.
And it makes it comfortable.
Exactly.
That's the other
so
thing.
people feel comfortable. You also brought some lovely things from your inn as well with you today.
I did, and I'm so excited about these. I have these Grand Reserve candles that are specially made for us.
good,
This is
Maggie.
honeysuckle and jasmine. I mean, it's really wonderful. I'll let you hold that and smell.
Oh my goodness, smell. It smells exactly like honeysuckle.
Right.
It does.
You see that, like, dark out, the sort of like evening breeze, you're sitting outside.
And you could
And
think,
you could
actually,
put them
put
in the
honeysuckle.
candle holders here.
That's right, and maybe put even honeysuckle through the runner of the table.
That would
You
be
use
a
whatever
great
you have
idea.
growing. It's
Great
perfect.
idea.
Now, this is one of my favorite things I think I may have ever seen. Not the wine. I do
Yes.
love the wine.
The wine is really good too.
The wine as well, but what's on top of the wine?
The chirpy on top is a little bird, and they come in all different colors, and it's an art piece.
It's so
And
cool.
actually, when you pick this up with your Wilderotter wine and you pour, the chirpy actually chirps.
Okay, that's adorable. That's adorable.
Isn't that awesome?
I think that's a good
that's
way to,
our
like, you know,
chirpy.
get the bride and groom to, like, kiss instead of the knife on the glass.
That's right. That's right. And you can get the colors of your favorite sports teams.
I love that.
Colors
Great.
as
But
well.
that's not it. You also give everyone who comes to visit Wilderotter Vineyard and Grand Reserve Inn something very special.
That's right, because our color is that Wilderotter green, and we give everybody our Wilderotter green sunglasses, and we have a couple pair on the table.
Isn't that cute?
They're amazing. So if you are a taster or you stay at our
look at that.
inn,
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there's
everybody
wait a
Oh,
minute.
I know
Did
those
Orly
girls.
and Shirley already visit
Did
the
they
inn and
already
not
go?
let us
Are they
know?
not here?
What is that about?
I'm using them for promos from now on. They're perfect.
Yeah, it works. Those are so cute. And I see, Ken, that you've also decorated our table with corks.
So one thing that we did at our wedding, and we've continued to do for the last 10 years, is take corks, and we actually have whoever's having dinner write their name and what event and the dates.
Oh, that's
so
great.
we drank a lot of wine. We have now we have 10, and you can just rummage through the container, and remember that Thanksgiving, remember that anniversary.
Yeah.
And a great use for them here. If you look on the table, all I did here for these hurricanes, it's a vase. I got a smaller vase on the inside. And then all you do is fill them with the corks. When you light a
Such a great
candle,
idea.
it basically will glow this wonderful sort of amber color. And again, it's a way to sort of take the environments of where you are and bring them to your table, but just in little doses to create that relaxed elegance.
Yes, and to make it personal. The
Right.
other thing is with your corks that you put into the vases, you also have people that can make little notes and little sayings for the wedding couple too.
that's
while they're there.
lovely.
So it's very personal. It's a great idea. It really is.
Well, we'd love to book right now.
Okay.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Do you have availability?
You know, for you, of course.
Do you have availability starting about 12:30 this afternoon when we're done off the set? Thank you so much,
Thank
Maggie.
you
You're
so
so
great to be with you
wonderful. Thank you.
guys.
And by the way, I would just like to add as well, a little bit later in the show, we were doing a beautiful bridal fashion show by Morphew, who's a great designer, and this happens to be a Morphew original design, right?
It is, and I wear Morphew all the time. Bridget Morphew is amazing.
What is
This
it,
a
vintage?
Chanel.
It's a design house,
It's a
and this is a vintage Chanel.
Timeless.
High five on that.
know.
Well
Just like
done.
me.
Well done.
Oh, goodness, that is the
Like a
truth.
fine
Just like
wine.
a fine
Fine
wine. You want to book a trip to the beautiful Wilderotter Vineyard and Grand Reserve Inn. I'm going to wear my Wilderotter green sunglasses.
You're far cooler
All you
than
have to do is visit their website, wilderottervineyard.com.